Hello there, mon ami. Bonjour. Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour Nick Treadwell, Birmingham lad. Second time I've said hello on YouTube. My new internet friend, although not that new, he's been about for a little while now. And let me tell you, he's a very gifted man. But anyway, bonjour Nick Treadwell. I'm sure you'll watch this. Same day I turned the lights on from the last poem. If you listen carefully, I'm in France. French rain. Listen. Bang! Oh, that was meant to be the lightning. That's in the poem. But never mind. I'm about to recite my latest poem, Nick. It's called Walking Back to Happiness. It's a very serious poem. Very, very serious. I'm doing it on an empty glass. You will note I'm about to go to bed. Haven't had my fill. And I think I'm past my bedtime. It's 5:30 in the afternoon, early evening. I normally go to bed at 4 o'clock. But there you go. I'm in France. The poem is called Walking Back to Happiness. I'm having to recite from the screen, which I don't normally do in United Kingdom, but it's the way it is here. I'm playing catch up just like you. In fact, I have noted we have many similarities. Yeah. Sorry, I thought that you had two children, where you only have one. I thought you had two, but the other one must have been you. That was me being funny. Yeah. I don't like smiling because I had to lose my teeth for my operation, but never mind. Walking back to happiness. That day was a particularly grey day. The clouds cast lower and were darker than what I would have deemed the norm, and though I'd witnessed many a storm, this one would be different than those before, as the heavens opened with such a roar to lash it down in one downpour, a torrent of scorn and vitriol, and there was I, caught in a maelstrom of monsoon proportions that, although I did not know it then, would change my life forever. An instant passes quicker than lightning strikes the sky, and in my fright in the dead of night I turned to see a tsunami there before me, hitting me with such a force it swept my life away, and there was I again, knowing I could swim, expecting to survive. I felt like I had fallen into hell, as I drifted in a gush of purgatory I swear must have no end, and days and weeks and years beyond passed. And I'm sorry, but I do not know how long it was before I woke to find myself prostrate, lying in a stinking gutter, smelling much the same. A manhole sat just inches from my head, lid missing so I could see the sewer below, and such a shock to see where I was heading, I forced myself to rise, starting walking timidly along a road I did not know, and for many a year I followed roads, turning here, turning there, some uphill, yet some were down, some right, some wrong, some saw me lost, and many times I thought life was a maze, and as it happens, metaphorically speaking, I was right. How well I remember my sufferings. I remember every second of every single day, though pretend to forget. And I remember that day, grey skies as per usual, except that a tiny ray of sunlight was making me squint, and as it peeked at me from behind an angry cloud, I chose to tread a different path. I'm going to do that bit again. How well I remember my sufferings. I remember every second of every single day, though pretend to forget. And I remember that day, grey skies as per usual, except that a tiny ray of sunlight was making me squint as it peeked at me from behind an angry cloud. I chose to tread a different path, set my compass in the direction of the sun, and as I walked, I felt its warming influence, as if finally I was walking back to happiness. And as quick as lightning can flash, or a tsunami can hit, my suffering began to cease. I had scaled my mountain, and my ordeal was finally over. Joey John Maguire. Sorry I got it wrong in the middle, but I never stop, I never change anything once it's done, and that is now done. Joey John Maguire. Warts and all. That's a wave to Nick Treadwell and his young son and his Russian wife and his boring life, which I don't believe for one moment.